what truck people do, right?
What's going on, YouTube? Tom here. And yep, today let's talk about truck stuff. More importantly, 2019 for trucks. 2019, I personally think, is going to be a pretty significant year for new truck models coming to America. Simply put, this is the first year in a good while that we've gotten so many new trucks all at one time. And even if not all new trucks, a lot of just changes. Like, all of the big three American truck brands have all announced either a new truck or a change to their new trucks. So, I guess, really, there's nothing left to do just to talk about them all. So first and foremost, in my opinion, the single most important one is the new Ford Ranger. Now, to be fair, it's not really a whole new from the ground up model, but essentially we're now getting the Ranger in the same way that we get the Colorado. It's essentially an Americanized version of the European truck. But it's quite significant because there has been a pent-up demand for compact trucks again. Now, I know nowadays it's mid-size. They're not really compact about them. It's not really compact about them anymore, but to me it's still a compact. Still smaller than a full-size truck. And for the last several years now, it's been dominated by the Tacoma because, simply put, there's been no other competition. Dodge quit making the Dakota, Ford quit making the Ranger, and Chevy quit making the Colorado. Essentially, your only two choices at that point were the Frontier and the Tacoma, and the Tacoma just way eclipsed the Frontier. So Ford originally quit making the Ranger with the intention of boosting F-150 sales. Well, the problem is F-150 sales stayed the same, and instead Tacoma sales were boosted. So it's been a long-awaited return. People have been saying for the last several years there needs to be a new Ranger. And so with that, Ford is, what it looks like now, what they're going to end up doing is an EcoBoost 4-cylinder with a turbo, possibly a V6 EcoBoost turbo, and of course the obvious one is he's going to get a diesel. Now, Chevy came out with a 4-cylinder Duramax diesel for the Colorado, and I guess you can't really say it's been a hit, but a lot of people have been watching because it's kind of like, it proved the concept of a 4-cylinder diesel truck being viable. Now, the big problem with Chevy is it's only available on like the highest trim levels. I recently test drove a ZR2 with the diesel, and I must say I quite liked it. I'm actually very glad that the diesels, they handle like they do. They perform very well. So I think Ford is making the right decision. The problem with the Chevy, though, is that's a $50,000 truck, and for that money you can get a full-size diesel. So, with any luck, Ford will price the Ranger correctly. They haven't announced pricing yet, but so far it's going to be available in an XL, XLT, and Lariat trim. But now, also from Ford, another new diesel is coming. And that is, there will finally be this rumored F-150 V6 diesel that essentially has been thrown around for a good while. And this is significant because it finally means that a whole line of trucks will be diesel. Essentially, if you look at it from Ford, it'll be, Ranger diesel, F-150 diesel, Super Duty diesel. You kind of take your pick. If you want a diesel, Ford has you covered. This is significant because it, too, is going to bring the diesel powertrain to all of the different truck models. And, of course, to compete with, again, the Ram Eco diesel, which, like the Chevy Colorado diesel, wasn't necessarily a big hit or anything, but it kind of proved it was possible. People liked them. People bought them. Proved that there is a market for them. There is demand for a diesel truck of all sizes. So that was, of course, Ford is finally getting in on the game, and they will be joining the Ram Eco diesel. Now, while we're on the subject of Ram, for 2019, there will in fact be a new Ram entirely. So Ram hasn't had a major update since 2009. So up to 2017, that's 9 model years. That's a long time for a model to stay out. But realistically in trucks, that's pretty typical, but it was getting to the point where it was due for an overhaul. And of course, so what's Ram doing? Essentially more of the same with the drivetrains, But technology-wise, it is going to get things like large Tesla-like touchscreen on the inside, which is actually, to me, very significant because that means this truck will move into the 21st century. It kind of proves that there's more to be done with trucks than I think what people have given them credit for, because trucks have always kind of been seen as these big work vehicle type things. So it's actually nice that it's going to get some technology, because they are more or less becoming luxury cars anymore. Now, also for 2019, the final one of the big three, you've got Chevy coming out with a brand new truck. And I must say, it is absolutely hideous. But it's Chevy, so some people are going to still buy it. I mean, those of us gifted with sight won't be buying one. Now, Chevy, like Ram, will be doing essentially more or less the same with the drivetrains. The Chevy Ecotec 3 line of gas engines are quite amazing, so it's actually a good thing they're not going anywhere. They're the best fuel economy of a naturally aspirated truck anymore, which is amazing in my opinion, because they're based on the venerable LS platform. And Chevy will also be introducing a V6 diesel. So Chevy, like Ford, will have a lineup of diesels. You'll have the Colorado diesel, the Silverado 1500 diesel, and then the big boy Duramax diesel. Now, like Ford using the Power Stroke name, Chevy will also be using the Duramax name across the board, which, if anything, is a smart move to capitalize on that nameplate. Now, unfortunately, Ram can't do that just because the Cummins name is a different company, but it'd be nice if they could do, a V6 Cummins diesel. Now, there are no plans on this, but I have heard rumors about it. There is potential that on the Tacoma, there might be a rework soon, and it might potentially get the 1K series diesel from the Hilux that the rest of the world gets. Now, this is unclear just simply because it costs a lot of money to develop it, and realistically, Toyota is not known to take as many chances as the other companies, but it sounds like if, you got Ford and Chevy both going to compact diesels, Toyota might follow suit. I predict that if their demand becomes high enough, if the new Ranger sells enough, I see Toyota doing it. I also see Nissan doing it. Simply put, Nissan has been kind of rumored as well, and they even did a concept a few years ago with I think it was a 2.8 Cummins diesel, if I'm not mistaken, model version of the Frontier, and I think there was some good feedback from that. People liked what they saw. Now, of course, that was a concept, so never hit production, but I think it proved that what people want. And of course, Nissan Frontier, they keep saying they're going to do a new Frontier, and of course the Frontier now is the oldest truck on sale, pretty much. It's going all the way back to 2005, unchanged. It's going into its 14th model year, and that's a long time even for a truck. So we have to see if Nissan actually does a new truck or not. But, trucks are significant for most buyers, since, as many people know, that's essentially what Americans buy a lot of. They buy a lot of trucks. Myself included, do like my daily driver Tacoma. No matter what, I like having a truck because you just simply never know when you're going to need to haul something. Of course, we all know 99% of the time that means nothing, but it's nice to have more options now for what you want. So there's a truck out there for every buyer when it comes to trucks, including the Ridgeline. So anyway, let me know in the comment section below what you all think of this video. Let me know what you think about any of these new trucks. Are y'all excited as I am for 2019? Because it's going to be a shake-up with the truck market. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you're stopping in for the first time, go ahead and subscribe. Help this channel get to 1,000 subscribers. Take care. Have a good day.